Hot and curvy high school student Jennifer becomes possessed and turns into a succubus. After her best friend finds out about this, she does this for her. The story is told on behalf of the main character named Anita. The girl is locked in a mental hospital, where she occasionally punches doctors in the face. To understand how she ends up there, we need to transfer to a couple of months ago. Anita is an ordinary teenager and diligently studies in high school in a small provincial town since childhood. Her best friend is a girl named Jennifer. She is the prettiest and most desirable girl in school and is also the captain of the cheerleading team. Jennifer calls Anita to go party this evening as there is a concert tonight by some indie rock band from the capital. Anita, of course, agrees. The night before the rock concert, Anita gets ready and dresses hot, but not as hot as Jennifer. At her request, Anita also has a boyfriend, Chip, who isn't particularly thrilled with the idea of going to party at a biker bar and, in general, his girlfriend's friendship with a person of easy morals and questionable decency. A scream is heard from the window, "Move your hooves." It means that Jennifer has arrived, and the girls go to the bar, which is not the most elite, but there is no choice, as it is the only one in the neighborhood. Jennifer sees the band during soundcheck and pulls Anita to meet the cute guys. Jennifer clearly has her sights set on the lead singer. The band starts playing, something shorted out in the wires, and suddenly all of a sudden, the whole bar is on fire. People are rushing in panic, but the girls manage to get out of the building. Through the narrow window of the toilet, the surprisingly calm lead singer is already waiting for them outside. He says, "It's great that you're alive. It's not safe here. I'll give you a ride." Jennifer happily agrees to the guy's offer, despite Anita trying to stop her friend. Arguments that it's dangerous or even that they have their own car don't work. And the cheerleader hides in the bowels of the minivan, and it drives off into the night. Anita, on the other hand, returns home. She's scared, and in her upset feelings, she calls her boyfriend, telling him about the bar burning down, how people smelled like fire, and where her friend went. Chip says he'd forget about the friend altogether under the circumstances and offers to come over to Anita's house. At that moment, she hears some sounds in the house, and suddenly Jennifer appears before her. Her friend is covered in bruises, her legs are covered in wounds, her jacket is covered in blood, and her face is covered in bruises. However, none of this seems to bother Jennifer. She says she's hungry and eats the whole grilled chicken. Afterward, she vomits up some black slurry, a volume almost bigger than her own body, and then runs out the door. The next morning, Anita sits at school in a complete stupor, trying to process what has happened. Just then, Jennifer comes in safe, unharmed and clean. Looking even better than usual, she pretends as if nothing happened, but Anita firmly remembers that she spent all night scrubbing all the blood and dirt off the floor. A teacher with tongs instead of a hand says that their little town lost 8 people in that fire. Jennifer is amused by this information, which can't be said for others, like the captain of the school team. He sobs at all because one of the dead was his friend. Anita tries to tell her boyfriend about her friend's arrival yesterday, but he is skeptical of any hint of an otherworldly supernatural version of events. Meanwhile, sobbing soccer player, instead of lessons, goes to the stadium and here to him approaches. Jennifer Beauty lures the big guy into the woods on the pretext of playing with each other. There she undresses and tells the soccer player that he will soon meet his dead friend. No one saw him after meeting her. Anita is at home listening to an interview on the radio with the very rock band that played at the bar. The DJ says that the guys that night helped the residents to get out of the fire. This is a blatant lie, of course. Nevertheless, with this event, the band significantly hypes the whole country and becomes more and more popular every day. A month passes, life goes on, and people slowly come to their senses. Anita notices that Jennifer doesn't look good. Tired and pale. Probably her change for the worse has betrayed the local goth's confidence points, and he gingerly calls Jennifer out on a date. To his surprise, she not only agrees but initiates to spend the evening at her house. Doc arrives at the address and finds a house that is either unfinished or already falling apart. The darkness, candles, and crypt atmosphere are so frightening that even Goth struggles to keep from running away. But the prospect of building an affair with the best girl in school and not on such feats pushed. Besides, Jennifer didn't take too long to find. After teasing the guy a bit, Jennifer snacks on him. At the same time, Anita, who is elsewhere, is haunted by creepy visions involving her friend. Also, Anita fails to get any sleep as Jennifer suddenly appears in her bed. The latter looks great again and talks confidently, so Anita's panic gradually subsides. Jennifer comes in to tell her what happened the night she left in the car with the rock band. The guys drove her deep into the woods, mentioning in conversation amongst themselves that she was a virgin. Jennifer thought they were rapists and decided to play along with their delusions of innocence. However, this was a misguided tactic because the guys turned out to be Satanists and occultists who were driving her to sacrifice her to the devil. That said, the Capital Boys aren't the most ambitious guys in the world. They don't desire immortality or wealth. They want to become a famous rock band. After reading spells downloaded from the internet, the Satanists kill the girl. However, due to the fact that Jennifer was not a virgin, it was not a sacrifice but rather a demon possession in her body. Minutes after the group goes into hiding, the girl comes to her senses and goes straight to Needy's house to visit, scaring her friend. Then, throwing up the baked chicken, Jennifer left. Afterwards, on her way home, she meets some guy and realizes the true nature of her hunger. Only by snacking on a man does she gain strength, invulnerability, and fresh, healthy skin. Finishing her revelations, Jennifer exits through a third-floor window unharmed. Needy's suspicions have now evolved into complete certainty, and she has begun to study literature on the occult in search of answers. Sacrificing a non-virgin, instead of killing her, instills a demon in her. Also, a demon needs to feed on humans to maintain vitality. Needy shares these discoveries with her boyfriend. She asks him not to go to the school party, saying it will be a smorgasbord. The boyfriend, of course, is very skeptical of these revelations and decides to attend the party after all, since, according to the official version, there is a maniacal cannibal in the area. His mom carefully equips the guy with pepper spray and sends him to the dance on foot at night, through the woods, where Chip is already waiting for Jennifer. She uses her advantages and several layers of deception to lure the guy to an old abandoned swimming pool. Meanwhile, Needy is waiting at Jennifer's party to follow the cannibal. The very same rock band suddenly arrives in their small town. These guys, strangely enough, don't interest Jennifer at all. She probably likes the current state of things, and hence she's not offended. However, Needy is suddenly overcome with anxiety for her boyfriend, and she sets out to find him the moment she gets to the pool. Her boyfriend is already a little bitten, though still alive. With a combined effort using pepper spray and a makeshift spear, as well as swearing, they manage to fight Jennifer off. But the boyfriend dies right there in Needy's arms. Righteous anger causes Needy to come for her friend. It must be realized that the demon has remained hungry and thus weak, which makes it possible to make an equal fight. Jennifer manages to bite her rival, but the counterattack with a clerical knife in the heart of the girl is more effective. As a result, the demon and the girl die at once. At the same second, Jennifer's mother comes running to the noise. Probably then off-screen, Needy tried to convince the police and others that she killed the cannibal demon, so they put her in a mental institution instead of jail. This takes us back to the beginning of the movie. In the present day, the bite transferred some of the demonic powers and abilities, such as super strength or levitation. That's why Needy doesn't stay in the mental institution for long. The girl catches a hitchhiker and heads east in search of the very rock band, saying that today is their last concert. Somewhere in the east, we see a popular rock band having fun and relaxing. But not for long. Soon, we're shown footage from the forensics expert's camera and a surveillance video from the hotel you see in the frame. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Click on the next video appearing on the screen for more content. And don't forget to like and subscribe.